Hi, MAE 1010 students. I wanted to take a couple of minutes to run through how to navigate Canvas. I realize that this is the first time you've had a class, or maybe it's one of the first times, but you've never really had a chance to step through it. It's pretty basic, but we might as well cover it just in case it can help. All right, so to get started, you can see on the left-hand side, we have the navigation bar for Canvas itself. So you can click on the dashboard and that's going to take you, I've got it in student mode. So I'll leave student mode for just a second. So the dashboard kind of gives you everything that's happening in your specific world of Canvas. Now, if I want to navigate to a specific class, I can click on it here, or I can go over to the tabs on the side and click on the specific class that I want to look at. So for MAE 1010, the way that I've laid out the homepage is we have recent announcements at the top. So the most recent 3 announcements will always be displayed here on the homepage. Also, some of these things will not look the same for you. On the right hand side, we have to do. So this is like the things that you specifically have that are coming up that need to be done. And then also what to look forward to over the next coming weeks in terms of assignments and things that we'll do in class. So a good place to start is the Start Here button. That will run you through these few pages. Let me put it into student mode so it reflects a little bit better what you'll be seeing. So if I click on the Start Here, there's some information. This little video that I recorded a couple years ago just kind of introduces you to the course and gives you a little bit more information about me and my background. And then these are some resources that you'll need. So a lot of these things can be found in the syllabus, but it is good to step through them here. If you click on Next, how to be successful in this course, it kind of explains the methodology for how I'd like to approach the class. And then it also explains where to find help with course material. Click Next and it will take you into the Getting to Know You survey, which is the first homework assignment. So that is kind of the nutshell of it. You can see that as I was going through, it was kind of navigating me through these first modules right here. And some of the things in the modules we're highlighting over here in the navigation pane. Second place I'd like to show you is the syllabus. This is where you can find all of the material that is kind of the commitment between yourself and myself. So the course description, the fees, the book, the grading scheme, academic policy, all of these things are pretty important. And so I do have a quiz that you will go through and answer questions about this. Next on the syllabus page still is the course summary. So you can see what's coming up. This is pretty handy so you can see what's coming up in the coming days and weeks. So this course summary in the syllabus link or the syllabus page is at the bottom. And that can be pretty handy for students to keep track of what's coming up in the coming weeks. All right, announcements. This is where you can see all of the announcements, not just the most recent 3, which are displayed on the homepage. You can see all of them. So as of right now, I've only got 1 that has been posted. Now, bookshelf, this is where you go for access to your textbook. That'll take just a minute. So you can access the textbook through here. You just click Read Now. And now you can access the textbook and you can see all the different chapters and you can search. There's quite a few options that you have in there. All right, next is important. We're going to spend a lot of time in the files. And so I've named them 1 through 7 so it's easy for you to see what we're working on. And really the 1 through 7 is probably going to be pretty representative of where you're going to start and where we're going to end, or maybe there's more reference information down here in the high numbers. So schedules and info. It's going to contain exactly that. So there's going to be information like extracurricular opportunities, launch your engineering career checklist, maybe some videos, the facilities that we're going to be using, and of course a PDF version of the syllabus in case you want to print it out. Lectures, this is where you'll find my slides. I do post my slides between, let's say 3 days and 3 minutes before we have the lecture. So if you want to find my lecture slides, they're right here, and I do a PowerPoint version. And I have in the past accommodated PDFs if that's required, because Some students don't have PowerPoint. It is included in your course fees as a student at Utah State, and so you can have access to all Microsoft products through being registered at Utah State as a student. So you can see we have a lot of lectures coming up. It's going to be a lot of great material there. Homework. So when you're working on homework, you can see that there's this assignments tab here. That's what's going to explain what you need to do. Most of those assignment tabs are going to have links to handouts, maybe spreadsheets, other programs. Those links in the assignments go back to these folders. And so when we get to this concept generation project or homework, it's going to have all the documentation you need for that assignment in here. And again, you can access that through assignments, or you can navigate to files and get them there. Design project, this is where we're going to put everything related to the boat build. The design project, everything is going to be in here. And we're going to step through this as we go through class. And so all of the information you need for the design project is here. Now we're going to test our boats, and that test we're calling a regatta. So we're going to race the boats against one another. So that's why it's called regatta. So some videos, some pictures of past boats sailing, and also there's going to be information about where do you show up and at what time do you show up. But this basic sailboat racing rules is also a good reference for you to have handy for the day of the race. Okay, tips and tricks. As you're going through, you're trying to learn a whole bunch of new stuff. These are some tips that you could use for this class. If you learn how to use some of these tips, they are going to be beneficial for you in other classes as well. SolidWorks information. This is where you'll find information about installing SolidWorks on your own personal computer, or using a VPN into using a computer on campus from a remote location. Okay, assignments. This is where you're going to find what assignments are due. So you can see it's upcoming assignments and undated assignments. These upcoming assignments, you can actually change it. So you can see show by date, or sorry, by type. So you can see it's assignments and design project in lecture quizzes. So you can see it is organized a little different than by date. So you can do it either way you want. I think that's pretty handy. I like to see it by type. You will probably want to see it by date because that's going to be when you're going to have to do it. Now you'll notice that we have a quiz in here, and we go to quizzes, and that same quiz is there. So if you want to look at just which assignments are quizzes, this is where you would look. If you want to look at the homework and what the assignments are for the homework, they would all be right here. All right, the people tab. This is going to be where you're going to find your information and your group information. So I have posted that. So in the groups, you can see that I've already assigned groups for students. So you'll go in here and find which group you're in, and you can have your own little discussion page. You can actually even go into a little separate kind of section of this Canvas website, and you can have a discussion. You can put files there. You can do things within your project group. Okay, that is pretty much the extent of using Canvas. Now you'll see that there's grades. That will be where your grades are posted, so you can look at that. And there is a disclaimer that is very important in here, right here. Grades displayed on Canvas may be incorrect. So it talks about why that's true. So when you see, if you click on your grades, be cautious and just know that the grades may not be correct. You can calculate your grade at any point in time. And that's easy to do by saying the number of points available versus how many points you got. That's going to give you some sort of score, a percentage. Now, if you did that for every assignment, you can add it all up and you can figure out what your percentage is overall. Now, if you did that and you found that your overall percentage is a 92.5, it would be rounded up in a final grade to a 93, which would be an A. Okay, last thing, idea course evaluations. That's going to come up later in the semester. And those idea course evaluations are your opportunity to give me feedback on the class. what things went well, what things could be improved, and that's going to happen at the end of the semester. It is fully anonymous, and so it does not impact your grade. I don't even see the results of the feedback you give until after grades have been posted at the end of the semester. So it's a really great way for you to give me candid feedback, and I never know who it came from. So that's just a way to help me make the course better for future students. All right, that's everything that I wanted to say about Canvas. Best of luck.